Coco Gauff put over Sabalenka and others as Maria Sharapova's U.S. Open answer raises eyebrows. The battle at the U.S. Open is heating up. Over the last 2 days, fans witnessed some thrilling action unfold as the tournament at Flushing Meadows began on a strong footing. Amid this extravaganza at the tournament, there is one question on everyone's mind: who will win the U.S. Open? While many have had different answers to this, Maria Sharapova has made her pick, and it is none other than the American sensation, Coco Gauff. Recently, Sharapova was in the United States, where she was inducted into the International Tennis Hall of Fame. Subsequently, she also traveled to New York to witness the action unfold at the U.S. Open. During an interview with Today There, Sharapova was asked about who will win the U.S. Open title on the women's side. While Sharapova had appeared in that interview believing that it would be fun and lighthearted, she wasn't expecting such a serious question. Sharing a wry smile after hearing that question, the Russian legend said, "You're putting me on the spot. This was supposed to be an easy interview." But that was not it. When Today asked who she had her eye on at the Open, Sharapova said, "I want Coco." She did not name Aryna Sabalenka or other players during that exchange. Even as Sharapova was impressed by Gauff's performances of late, she was confident that the reigning French Open champion would emerge triumphant. On the other hand, Gauff was also impressed by Sharapova's latest feat of getting inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame. Taking to social media, Gauff commented, "Amazing," on a post celebrating Sharapova's monumental feat. Meanwhile, this isn't the first time that Sharapova has been left impressed by Gauff. Last year, the Russian star made a stunning revelation about Gauff, which proved that she was the star to watch out for in the seasons to come. Even as Sharapova was impressed by Gauff's performances of late, she was confident that the reigning French Open champion would emerge triumphant. On the other hand, Gauff was also impressed by Sharapova's latest feat of getting inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame. Taking to social media, Gauff commented, "Amazing," on a post celebrating Sharapova's monumental feat. Meanwhile, this isn't the first time that Sharapova has been left impressed by Gauff. Last year, the Russian star made a stunning revelation about Gauff, which proved that she was the star to watch out for in the seasons to come. Sharapova said, "I've loved watching a new generation rise up to the occasion. I was so impressed with how Coco handled the victory in New York last year. Also, it's great seeing the rise of new names and opportunities for athletes like Mira Andreeva. We're seeing so much more consistency in the women's game, and that has been really refreshing." At a time when legends like Sharapova and Serena Williams called an end to their illustrious tennis careers, young players like Gauff and Andreeva stepped up to fill the void. Meanwhile, Gauff will play against Serena Williams' conqueror, Ajla Tomljanovic, in the first round of the U.S. Open later today. The match can be followed on Essentially Sports' live blog. Can Gauff lift the trophy in New York? Let us know your views in the comments below. The U.S. Open has always been a stage for surprises. Some unfold on the blue courts: thunderous forehands, improbable comebacks, underdog breakthroughs. Others happen in the press rooms, where legends of the game are asked to peer into tennis's future. This week, one such moment arrived when Maria Sharapova, the 5-time Grand Slam champion turned business mogul and unofficial oracle of tennis fashion and fortune, was asked a simple question: who represents the future of the sport at Flushing Meadows? The names on the table were many. Aryna Sabalenka, the fierce Belarusian whose serve can shake the strings off a racket. Iga Swiatek, the stoic Polish phenom who has made #1 her personal fortress. Elena Rybakina, Jessica Pegula, Ons Jabeur, all contenders, all decorated, all deserving. Yet Sharapova's response was not hedged with diplomacy or spread across the field. She put Coco Gauff squarely above the rest. And just like that, the eyebrow-raising headline was born. Why Coco? For Sharapova, choosing Gauff was not a whim. The Russian knows better than most what it takes to win under the New York lights. She was just 17 when she stunned Serena Williams at Wimbledon, then parlayed that audacity into a career that blended dominance and marketability. In Coco, she likely sees a kindred spirit, a teenager who grew up under suffocating hype and is now maturing into a champion who can carry both the trophies and the spotlight. She has the full package, Sharapova remarked, her words clipped yet emphatic. Not just the tennis, though the tennis is world-class, but the mindset, the presence, the way she has adapted to expectation. That's what makes her stand out. It was a statement that cut across the hierarchy of the women's game. By singling out Gauff, Sharapova effectively elevated her above players like Sabalenka, who only a year earlier had been world #1 and lifted a major trophy in New York. It wasn't a dismissal of Sabalenka's power or Swiatek's dominance, but rather a declaration that Gauff represented something larger, something almost intangible. Sabalenka in the crosshairs. Aryna Sabalenka is not used to being overlooked. Her game is built on force, her personality on fiery competitiveness. In many ways, she is the opposite of Gauff. Where Coco thrives on rhythm and balance, Sabalenka is chaos weaponized. She can bulldoze opponents in straight sets, or unravel in double faults and nerves. To be placed beneath Gauff in Sharapova's assessment must sting, particularly since Sabalenka's resume continues to grow. 2 Grand Slams, countless finals, and a reputation as one of the fiercest competitors on tour. If Sharapova had wanted the safe answer, she might have named Sabalenka as the face of the US Open. Instead, she chose Gauff. And fans noticed. Comment threads lit up with debates. Was Sharapova undervaluing Sabalenka's power? Was she ignoring Swiatek's dominance? Or was she simply being honest about who has the charisma to define an era? The Sharapova effect. The reason her comments matter so much is because of who Sharapova is. Few athletes have managed to bridge the gap between sporting excellence and global recognition as seamlessly as she did. She wasn't just a champion, she was a brand, a business empire, a cultural figure. When Sharapova talks about the full package, she speaks from experience. She knows that the modern champion is not just measured by trophies, but by presence. Can they light up Madison Avenue as easily as they light up Ashe Stadium? Can they handle the glare of interviews, the double lives of sport and celebrity? In Coco Gauff, Sharapova sees the same blend she once embodied, athletic brilliance fused with cultural resonance. Gauff is already one of the most marketable athletes in the world, a Grand Slam champion, and a voice for her generation on issues far beyond tennis. In Sharapova's eyes, this isn't hype, it's inevitability.